Alright, guys, I'm gonna do another League of Legends cast. I will be playing Evelyn this time. Switching up, playing AD Evelyn over AP Evelyn. On the Also on my team is York, being played by Commander Crichton, who I'm playing with and is my friend. He's pretty good at York. Then we have Absolute Zero playing Teemo, Destruxum playing Kog'Maw, and Zabalks playing Leona. And on the opposing team, we have Abandoned Cartoon playing Rumbled, the Malinist playing Leona, Silver Dirge playing Nidalee, Al Capone playing Twitch, and Bullet Mario playing Lux. So right away, I mean, we both have terrible tanks. So I mean, we're both at a disadvantage because we have a Leona on our team. Leona, honestly, in my opinion, is much more of a support than she is a tank. With all the stuns and slows and such, it makes her really supporty, but not tanky. I still have not seen a Leona successfully tank in a game, and I don't think it's really that viable on her because there's no reason to kill her in a fight other than her stuns, which really don't hinder you that bad. I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to wait and see how people learn to play her and things like that. Um, we were kind of trolling this game because we wanted someone to Q dodge, but no one would Q dodge, so I accidentally got locked in as Evelyn. I really didn't mean to play Evelyn. I haven't played her since really far back, since the patch. I played her a couple games after that, realized she wasn't that good, so I stopped playing her. But so we had like rally and revive, and they're like no one would Q dodge, so yeah, I got locked in as Evelyn. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, I didn't really have high hopes when I started playing this game. I just wanted to not feed. I do have 80 runes now, so that's the reason I'm trying 80 Eve now instead of AP. But yes, we'll see. Obviously, I am a little out of practice with Eve. I haven't played her in about 2 months, and this is a kind of a different style. Before, you really relied on spamming your Q for the max amount of damage. Now you just want to get as many kicks in as you can. So yes. In addition, we do have a Teemo and Kog'Maw, which is kind of interesting. I think Teemo builds AP. I'm not 100% sure because if he doesn't, we're actually 100% AD, and they could just get armor and then destroy us. On the other team, they have a general nice mix: Twitch for the AD, Lux and Italy for the AP, Rumble for the hybridness. So I mean, they have a much better split than we do. We're pretty much all AD, except for hopefully Teemo. I don't even know if he builds AD or not, or AP or not. So, and then Leona doesn't really count. She doesn't do damage, and she's bad. So yes, Twitch running around with heal, kind of interesting, but he is that squishy that it really does make a difference on him, and I do see him effectively use it for first blood. So yes, I played this game a couple days ago, so I actually really don't know how it goes. So we'll see. Loading screen taking longer than usual. Leona actually grabbing Fortify. I think that's kind of a misstep. Fortify in general just not really that good of a spell because if you are losing your tower and there's five of them, even if you put that on, they're generally still going to be able to kill that tower after it goes away because it doesn't last long enough. So, you know, whatever. Everyone is summoned, so it should get started any moment now. We must all look at that Twitch skin and appreciate it because it is pretty sweet. The Nidalee one, not that cool. The Rumble one, pretty dang cool. And the Leona one sucks because she's Leona, so it doesn't even matter. And our team has no custom skins, so we're already way behind this game without custom skins. And yes, while it says we are summoning, apparently we are not. That's a little bit of a lie on Riot's part, and I don't appreciate it. And I'm going to take a bite of my banana. At this point, guys, I'd skip ahead like 30 or 15 seconds because I actually don't know when this is going to load in. And it's taking quite a while. There we go. So I will be top lane with York. York does have great harassment capabilities, so it will be a pretty good lane for us. Leona's asking, how's the Mic Wi-Fi? Because honestly, that loading screen was so long, I thought someone could be playing this at McDonald's. I do pick up a door and shield for my first item. I do want to get pretty decent farm in lane. It's kind of tough with Eve because she's just not that amazing of a farmer. But late game, she can definitely just destroy creep waves. So it is a trade-off. Yeah, so just waiting to get in lane and start. We have Kog'Maw going mid. Kog a really good mid, but honestly, it is free week for Kog, and I have not seen one good Kog'Maw. In my opinion, I almost think Kog'Maw kind of needs a little bit of a buff or something. I know they did buff his slow and everything, but I rarely ever see a Kog'Maw. I don't think I've played with a Kog'Maw in the last like 2 weeks. And here's Twitch is baiting him because he's got a slow. So the Kog'Maw would be wise to get out of there. And the poison doing a lot of damage. Not able to kill him, but I'm pretty sure everyone blew their summoners, or Twitch just blew one. I think Twitch blew one, Kog'Maw blew both, so Kog'Maw already a little bit behind to Twitch. He did pick up a Doran shield, so he was tankier. Kog'Maw, meanwhile, got some attack speed and a health pot. It's most likely going to go for a fast Zeal. Me and York just kind of waiting for lane phase to get started. On the bot, we do have Leona and Teemo, which is a really good combo because she doesn't need that much farm if she's going to be playing support / tank. So she probably wants to pick up that gold for 5 items, but then again, Leona's terrible, so she won't. And by the way, guys, it's not that I think the champions who are playing Leona are bad. It's just that literally I've never seen a decent Leona. So, yeah, we got the good face checking done by Time. Or not face checking, the good push checking with his minions. Definitely one of the better things about York is he does have that great scouting ability. He never has to face check a bush, and will generally always have that ability to up. So you can see me not farming because I'm bad, but yes. So Twitch should be able to, I mean not Twitch, Kog'Maw should definitely be able to own this lane just because he can outrange Twitch any day. Once he gets 6, that's going to be such a big game changer. And with his W skill, which increases his range, it's going to give a lot of help. We see Nidalee and Teemo. Nidalee really dominating this lane, and that's no surprise. Leona's terrible. And apparently Leona just goes AFK. So Twitch is actually a lone bot. And Leona going for a stun, doing some damage. A good second stun by, or snare done by Lux. But, you know. We have Doran shield, so we'll revive our health. And York just keeping up good harass. That's one thing that York you really need to do is just constantly be harassing. I do pick up my. I think I got my E. Oh no, I got my Q for farming. This will help because essentially you get a second hit in case you don't kill the minion. You can just hit it a second time. And York farming actually pretty well. Surprising because York generally, I have not seen a York out farm anyone in a game, but we'll see how that goes. This is a little bit of a lull in the game in which you just kind of lane, and you can't be that aggressive because you don't have most of your abilities, so you're going to generally be playing pretty passive. This Lux actually going for a heavy harass, and let's see. She's about 6 CS. I have 8. York has 4. So I'm out CSing the Lux, which is kind of pathetic. But she's focusing much more on harass than actually getting last hits. And York is also doing a really good job keeping her away from the minions so she can't get those really crucial last hits. Just that one. I'm also playing pretty passive at this point because I know a stun, Lux's whole combo could probably get me down to 1 bar, and Leona probably could do enough damage to kill me, so I'm just going to play pretty passive. On the other hand, though, that Lux is looking pretty juicy. And as Teemo says, we actually have Leona's AFK, and she's actually just soaking XP from Teemo because he should be a solo because she's AFK and not doing anything, so yeah. By the way, it would be like a Leona that goes AFK. I've had like 2 Leonas who just leave the game outright. One that's AFK all game. Like, ugh, Leona's so bad. So bad. And if you guys want to comment below that she's not completely garbage, I'd like to hear a good reason. So you are taking a lot of fire. I really can't help at this point. I'm pretty low. One snare could be the enemy. So they are definitely out harassing us. But I don't think they're out CSing us yet, which is good. So if I was pre-nerf Evelyn, I would have killed this Lux by now. Because she is sitting there with just such little health. But, yes. And Lux actually taking a ton of damage from those ghouls. And I am just kind of soaking XP. Gonna wait for 5, I think, to engage this. But she's got literally no health. Sadly, I can't actually go for it. I try and go for a little bit of a juke. I want to wait till the minions are gone. And so that they won't have vision to see that I'm not there. But Lux is smartly hiding in a bush. So, yes. And the Rumble actually kills the AFK. Oh, then we get some good damage done on Kog'Maw. He does go down, but he was able to use his ult to pick up a Twitch kill. So, I mean, it was pretty decent. I got snared, which really sucks. And then ignited. But I am able to pick her up because I did ghost into that. So she goes down. Leona could go down, but honestly, I'm so low on health and mana that I should probably just back. And one thing you want to do is you definitely want to max your Ravage first. And then go for Hate Spike. Hate Spike, not that important as it is on AP Eve. It's basically just used for farming. I don't even know if I spam it when I engage someone, because it's just kind of unnecessary. As you can see, my farming, not the best with Eve. It's been so long since I've actually practiced with her that I am missing a ton of last hits, which is pretty newbie. We see Kog'Maw actually holding his own in a lane. He really smartly picks up a pink ward, which is, yeah, as I said, really smart. Because that way he can counter Twitch. We see that Leona is AFK. Not surprising because she's playing a dumb champ. But yes, Teemo holding his own quite well in a really tough lane. Rumble and Nidalee is just kind of tough because Rumble has great harass, Nidalee has great harass. And they're both good solo, so, I mean, obviously he's going to have trouble defending that tower. I actually back for some boots of mobility. Excuse me. Whew. Allergies the worst. So as you can see, our lane is pretty pushed. They are incredibly aggressive when it comes to farming. They just push and don't actually farm that well, so. So one thing about Eve is she's actually really weak in lane, in my opinion. She's a much better roamer. But obviously, while York can't solo, I'm not going to leave him for because these lanes like Nidalee, who has great sustain, and Twitch, who's playing incredibly defensive, we're not going to be able to pick up that kill anyway. So instead, I'm going to let York get the farm because I am going to be relying on kills later for the most part. And I do pick up my ultimate, which is kind of a game changer. But in general, it's not as good as it used to be. Leona actually did come down bot mid. We did miss that, so that was a bad Mia on our part. She did back a while ago, and we should have noticed she wasn't coming back to lane. So I do apologize to my Kog'Maw for that missed Mia. And Teemo getting taken out. Leona having to flash. She dies too because she's awful. So the score is 2-5 at 10 minutes in the game. We're definitely behind. We may even lose a tower really fast. So Twitch is Mia, which means we definitely have to play passive because with him, ganking is incredibly good. You literally just don't even know he's in your lane, and then you're dead. As you can see, there is a fortify used on bot turret, and Teemo is able to teleport down there, which is good. Leona actually placing a pink ward right there. I don't know how necessary that is because I'm not really playing that aggressive at all. But, you know, whatever makes you happy. And then I do get stunned, and Twitch comes for me, and I get lasered, and I just take all the damage in the world. And Twitch was Mia, but, you know. It was really the snare that killed me. That was incredibly lucky on Lux's part, and they are able to pick up a double kill. So it is 3-7. I'm only going 1-1. My lane is definitely losing at this point. And Twitch, who's going 3-1, is getting kind of fed, which is definitely a late game issue. So Cog is able to pick up a kill on Rumble, a little bit of a turret dive, I think. But we are going to lose our turret for the most part. There really isn't anything you can do if you get aced in your lane and your mid or jungle is out of position to defend. I think I'm going to lose this tower regardless, so I realize it's better to pull back than possibly give him another kill. But at the same time, we do pick up bot tower. Kog'Maw actually getting a surprising amount of pink wards. I think that's a little bit of a blunder. But Nidalee able to pick up that Kog'Maw kill, but Kog'Maw's ult able to get him that kill. Teemo able to take down Twitch. So the score is 6-8. That was actually a really bad engage for them. They lost 2. We only lost Kog'Maw. So little advantages like that is what you really need to start eking out in a team fight if you're behind. So let's check out the farm / items. So our Leona has 3 farm and our Teemo has 26. So their lane really is not farming well at all. Kog'Maw has 51, so he is farming incredibly well. And Eve and York have about 37 combined, which isn't that good either. So we did get kind of out-farmed. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. We didn't. They didn't farm well either. Lux pretty farmed, but their Leona... Actually, their Leona has a decent amount of farm, too. Yeah, I think we got out-farmed in our lane, but Kog'Maw out-farmed his lane. And then bot got out-farmed, of course. So Kog'Maw, with a really nice ward placement, is able to maybe pick up that Twitch kill. Leona does go in and does stun, which will do a lot of damage, but York is there. And Rumble comes up too. York caught a little bit out of position. There goes the ult and the ignite on Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw will probably go down. I can't see his health bar. He actually does not. He gets away with about 100 health. I would not be surprised if Twitch went for a tower dive. Nope, instead they were just going to go straight for that mid tower. Leona coming in doing not that much. There Leona getting away with no health, but I'm going to shut her down for a good 300 gold. Using my ult to get in there, and that's kind of what I do is play cleanup during this game. Which I'm okay with. It's kind of like an Akali role or a Jax role, except for they can 1v1 much better. So a lot of damage going down by Twitch. He's really hitting pretty hard at level 9. Took about a third of Leona's health without using spells. I think. I'm not actually sure how Twitch really works because nobody plays him. So, yes. I was going to go back there to see if I could tower dive. I'm not sure if it was Twitch or who it was, but we catch Nidalee way out of position. And I'm going to try and sneak around. I don't have... yeah, she does have an Oracle, so I am going to have to beware of that. Interesting timing for an Oracle. I generally would say that's pretty early. You see our Leona running away from the fight because she's actually not a tank. She's an imposter tank. She makes you think you have a tank, but really, you don't. So Nidalee is going to be able to heal all that health, and we are most likely going to lose our mid turret. They have about full health, and we're pretty out of position at this point. We see Leona, and we go engage on Leona. I'm able to pick up that kill, and I'm going to go down, though. So a little bit of a bad engage. Teemo really went for it, and I mean, I had no choice but to help my team. So Rumble flashing to get out of there, and does escape with a little bit of health. His shield really helping him with that. So the score is now 8-14. We are definitely behind. It is 1-to-1 in turret count, but we are just about to lose our mid turret. Oh, but we've got to fortify on our Leona. Oh yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to move like this in heels.
And Timo does teleport mid, so we are able to keep this turret alive, though it only has 500 hit points. So actually, that was a decent use of fortify. I mean, I guess it saved us the turret for now, but I'm interested to see how long we actually hold it. And then I see that this Leona's farming, and that's just unnecessary. I really need to get an Trinity Force or an IE soon, or I'm not going to be doing the damage that I need to. So I am pretty much taking all the farm. She can actually farm quite well with her shield and her sword through the minions, but I need it more. So we see mid tower taking a little bit of damage from just normal creeps. I'm going to actually back up the camera a little bit. It's a nice, better view. So Kog'Maw doing a little bit of engage on a rumble, but nothing going to come out of that. They actually do set their sights for bot turret and are going to get it. Twitch using that good heal timing to pick up that, and they will most likely be able to pick up this turret soon. We actually go for it, catch them a little out of position. Kog'Maw, Yorick, and Leona are bots while I'm just up here soloing Lux. After I see that this is pretty pushed and we actually don't have a tower there anyway, I am going to sneak off bot. Hopefully Lux doesn't follow. I wanted her to continue and stay farming. Kog'Maw caught way out of position. He should throw down that E for the slow and get out of there as fast as he can. I did actually invisible in between lanes so that I wasn't seen, so they actually have no clue I'm down here. And I catch Nidalee way out of position. But I'm going to wait for a heal to, or an invis to go in for her, or not. I am actually going to just go straight down into the fight down here, because while she's having an Oracle, I can't chase a Nidalee. So waiting for that perfect timing, there is a stun and a slow there, and I am able to pick up that kill. Leona trying to do some damage and CC me, but I am able to ghost and use my ult to get out of there. Leona with absolutely no health. Twitch. I do take down Twitch and I take down Leona. I do not think I'll be able to get away from this rumble. I try as hard as I can, running, using my ult, and I am able to escape from that. So I do pick up a double kill on Leona and Twitch and escape. So that was pretty good. Twitch basically uninvisibled with no health and was not expecting me to come back for the kills because I had no health. But with my passive, or with my ultimate, I do regen some health, not that much anymore. It's only about 150, which is pretty minuscule, but you know, it's better than nothing. Also, one thing that's interesting, and I don't actually hear that much talk about, is how Riot's nerfed all their invisible champions pretty hard. I mean, Twitch is underpowered at this point in the game. Eve definitely got over nerfed, in my opinion. And Shaco got nerfed about 17 times since he's come out, so. We do lose mid tower to minions, which is kind of a blunder, but I mean, we really couldn't defend that forever, and it had such low health, so. I'm going to tower dive Lux a little bit, pick up a free kill. They do see me, they follow, but they're going to walk through a Teemo Mushroom and going to lose some health. At this point in the game, I'm building a Triforce first, and then I'll be going straight for IE. Once I get that IE, I'll be packing a lot more damage. The Triforce is just a basic melee weapon. I am going to go for Nidalee and try and slow her. Commander Crichton taking some damage, and then the ultimate and the spear. So their whole team is here, so it would be a bad point to engage. And right now we just kind of seeing a little bit of a dance mid. We did lose York, so it's not a good idea to engage. The score is 12-20, so we are quite a ways behind as far as kills. And that's definitely worrying. At this point in the game, I thought we were definitely going to lose. Not saying that we don't lose, but this is when I was like, oh, I might be casting a losing game. Because I definitely did want to cast my first time Eve in a really long time, just for fun. Show you guys kind of what my old main used to be like, and show you maybe I'm not terrible at her. So I'm going to take blue buff. It's really good for the cooldowns. Waiting, checking mid, see if how many how hard they're pushing, but I see that they're not going to push tower with Kog'Maw there to keep them back. So I do go for blue buff. It takes quite a while, to be honest. But if you spam Hate Spike and Ravage on it, it should go down decently. I am level 11, and it's actually kind of sad how much damage I take from it. At this point, I should probably back, but I see their healths are pretty high. Leona gets a decent ult, but misses Twitch and Nidalee. So I'm going to ult, try and pick something up here. Twitch is invisible. Nidalee's got a lot of health. I am stupidly engaging this. I pick up the kill, and I'm not able to escape. Oh my god, I've got literally no health. I'm popping my ult so that I can maybe escape. And then the worst luck happens. I run into Italy. I mean, run into Lux with a Oracle, so that was really unlucky. They were both me, and I actually hadn't seen Lux with the Oracles at that point, so I did lose a lot, or gave them a lot of gold. And here's just a dumb engage. Leona has absolutely no health. She's not tanky whatsoever, and she goes in and tries to take their Leona. So obviously Lux is going to come and just pick him off. So at this point, Leona's just giving away free kills. She's 057, which is awful for a support and a tank. Like, one of the worst KDAs. So, I mean, at this point, she's just kind of so bad. Um, and as I point out, they're probably the stupidest people I ever played with. I mean, Kog'Maw had no health. Leona had no health. You just saw 3 of them or 4 of them in this jungle right here. And yet you're walking down to engage them. It's just so dumb. And Kog'Maw brings up the point that I started with Revive Rally. I only did that to get him to rage, but as I point out now, I'm carrying. So, I mean, I would talk less if I were them. I see Nidalee down here. I'm going to go straight for this kill. I ignite her so that she can't flash. I pick up the kill on her. And then I see Twitch, and Twitch wants to engage me too, so you know what? I would pick up this Twitch kill too. So there, I pick up a double kill right there. It was kind of a gank. I think they were setting up to kill me because Twitch was sitting there invisible already. But I am able to get away. And Leona, I love this. Leona just says, yeah, you carrying, you just last hitting. And then I just picked up a double kill bot. So, you know, I mean, I guess there's bad players and then there's stupid people. And Leona falls under the category of both of them. I'm talking a lot of crap about this Leona, but she's really not doing well. She's kind of feeding at this point. So I do pick up my, I don't even know what this item's called. Cloak of Agility, which will give me the extra crit chance and will definitely help me when engaging enemies. I am building an IE. I see this Lux a little out of position. She doesn't have that much health, but she does have a Banshees, which she thinks makes her safe. So I'm going to Ghost and use my ultimate. She'll most likely snare me, but it won't make a difference. I'm already tower diving her at this point. So I am able to pick up this kill. And then I'm going to try and get out of there. And I do not. I made a big mistake. I should have gone this way, but I thought Twitch would be waiting there, so I did kill myself, essentially. But I did get her to waste an Oracles, which is 400 gold that she just lost for that. So we see Leona doing a good flash. Just going to take out Kog'Maw immediately. Our Leona just kind of stands there and does nothing because she's really bad. I mean, she honestly is just not a good tank. This Leona going to be taken out almost instantly. She has no tanky items. And I wish she'd land a spear to kill her, but I guess not. So a lot of damage going out of York. A great spear by this Nidalee. I actually was pretty impressed by how this Nidalee played. She's 656, but she is the only one who's promptly warding and doing that kind of thing. So I was impressed by her play. It's not up to par with my play, but, you know, my play is amazing, so. You know, so at this point I see that there's a big push top. I'm going to try and farm it and make a good push for a tower. We are behind in towers 2-1 and definitely behind in kills 26-17. Though Rumble did quit, I actually didn't know this is when I started casting this game. They did have a lever at 25 minutes in the game. And I don't know how much this will affect the outcome or not, but we'll see. Lux does throw down her, Lux did throw down her laser, so I know she may have a chance of coming up here. I am going to stay away from the turret for that reason. If Lux had snared me at the turret, I would have died instantly, so Just a good call. I'm going to take out the golems while I can. It is free gold. If you guys don't have a jungler and you're kind of at this lull in the game where you can't lane effectively because you're afraid of getting ganked, I think it's definitely a good idea to go jungle. And as we see, they're both top, so I do ping to go get dragon. Leona, I do not think can make a sufficient push to actually get a tower. Um, though if Twitch joins her, we could lose a tower. And I pick up blue buff. Blue buff really good for the cooldowns, and also you are spamming a lot. Hate spike or Ravage takes 150 mana, which if you use it twice in one fight is 300 mana, and you are going to be using your Q as well. So I definitely advise getting blue buff if you're playing Evelyn. As long as you don't have an AP carry like Malzahar or Brand, you do want to give it to them first. So currently I'm going 10-4. I do have the most kills on my team, which makes me sufficiently fed. I see Twitch here. Just going to go straight for Twitch. Ignite him. He does flash and use heal, but he's already ignited, so that will give me the kill. Then I turn around and we go for Leona. She's pretty tanky at this point. Teemo is there. I don't know if he has a Madrids or not. He does not have a Madrids. He's actually building AP Teemo, which is good because we're all AD. And he's going to back off. I don't think he should overcommit into that too far. I guess Lux and Nidalee are down here, but you do want to be careful. So I was able to pick up a good Twitch kill for free, essentially. They did get some tower damage, but wasn't that big a deal. And I see Nidalee running through the woods, and I get a little over-eager here. The one thing about Nidalee is you really don't want to chase her. I do pop my ult, and she flashes. I hate the flash spell. It's the dumbest spell in the game. Honestly, I think Riot should have removed it, because if you flash from here to here, you're unkillable. They're not going to be able to go around and get you in time. But if you had to ghost, most of the time you would die. I mean, Flash is just such a get-out-of-jail-free card for making mistakes. Nidalee made a mistake by going in that jungle with about half health when there's an Eve around who's been pretty fed and is pretty well farmed. And I think she should die for that mistake. But, I mean, Flash is so forgiving, and it's really aggravating. I don't think Flash should be in this game, to be honest. But that's my opinion. You guys, I actually am interested to see what you think of Flash. If you think it should be a summoner spell or not. I think it's a pretty cheap spell, and it kind of, I don't know. I think it kind of ruins a lot of games, or not like doesn't ruin the whole game, but it definitely impacts it in a negative way for me at least. I do run Flash though on a lot of my champions, so I can't talk that much about it, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. I would be happy to see it removed. So they do have an okay push top. I'm just going to farm this up. At this point, I can farm incredibly well. Just basically take out minion waves in about 5 seconds or so. 5 to 10 seconds, which is good. The faster you are at farming, the more money you're obviously going to get. And we do see a big team fight going down mid. Twitch caught a little bit out of position. Did take some damage from Lux. I am running there as fast as I can. My team should definitely not engage without me, especially since I am the most fed of us. I see their healths. They're all getting pretty tanky. I don't know what Nidalee. Lux, I think, got a Roa. Lux did not get a Roa. She has a Lichbane. Well, I don't know. They're not that tanky. They just look tanky at this viewing angle. So I am back here looking for a Twitch kill to pick up. I do not have an Oracles. I should definitely be buying an Oracles. So we see a really weird flash come out of Leona, but that is going to give the ability to for Kog'Maw to do some damage. But my whole team just caught way out of position. Takes a ton of damage. Twitch already has a Guardian Angel. Or no, that's not Twitch. Twitch does not have a Guardian Angel. That would be a dumb item on him. And my team is continuing to engage. We do pick up a Lux to kill, which is a good kill. Our Leona has a Guardian Angel, which is a really stupid first item, which makes her kind of bad at this game. Which is sad, because I'm a level 30, so she should be level 32. But that's alright. So I'm kind of camping out, waiting until they're about half health so I can start engaging and picking them off. Until then, I really shouldn't engage. Leona, I don't know what the hell she's doing. She has literally no health, and she goes in there and I don't know if she thinks the GA is gonna save her all the time, but I think that was a dumb engage. I do pick up the kill on Nidalee, and I pick up the kill on Leona. So I mean, it works out in no end, but I still don't think that was a smart engage. And we are gonna pick up a tower here. Twitch is there. I am just gonna sneak around and hopefully pick up a kill on him. I do not. Yorick gets it. So Twitch, I think that was a big blunder on his part going for that engage. I don't know if Timo dodged that or if he was outside the range, but good job for him surviving that ult. But if you have 4 people at the tower, you should just let it go. I mean, he killed himself for kind of like nothing, but that's alright. So at this point, I do buy my IE. This is a giant item for any AD champ. It's going to make a world of difference in the damage I'm dealing, so we'll definitely see how it goes. And now I'm sitting at about 13.42. I'm really fed. I have a 31-minute Triforce and IE while having a pretty bad CS. Actually, I have 108. That's third best in the game, but the early game, my CS wasn't good. And this is when I decide to get some health because I am taking a lot of damage in fights. And even if I play more passively, I'm still going to take damage, so I'm going to build a Warmogs. I can get the stacks up. And I see this Nidalee is kind of low. She's kind of out of position. I do ping for her, but she's going to run the tower. And, I mean, I think she knew I was around. That's one thing, is when you have an Eve, they have to be a lot safer, which you can definitely play to an advantage on your team, or even a Twitch. I mean, our team is staying together for the most part, except for me, because I'm Eve, I don't really have to. And I am able to farm it up. I'm not sure why I'm backing at this point. Oh, I pick up an Oracles for Twitch. So, yeah. I don't know. I think this was, in general, a pretty smart move. I can counter him pretty hard because he won't even know I have an Oracle as long as I stay smart about my invisibility. And I don't know if I actually pick up a kill on him while he's invisible. Because as you see, he's not on the map right now, and it's kind of hard to find an invisible champion, but we'll see. Tima's Mushrooms, I actually not able to pick him up for the most part, so I am kind of scouting around, seeing if I can find Twitch, because this Nidalee Leona looks like kind of a bait to 5 of us. And as you can see, I'm uninvisibling and invisibling again and not going to be in the lane while I'm uninvisible because that will give away the fact that I have an Oracles. We are going to pick up Dragon, and I don't know how adamant they were about warding. Actually, I don't see any wards, so I guess not very. We ping for bottom right. I'm going top side to defend, and I do go for red buff. Red buff on her is amazing, and I definitely suggest if you're playing AD Eve, get the red buff constantly. So I see this. I see that Nidalee's up here. I know it's probably a gank. I catch Twitch in the thing. He has a Oracles as well. He flashes away. Nidalee doing a lot of damage. But I do pick up that kill, and I'm going to turn around and go straight for Nidalee. Again, I'm able to pick up a double kill and get out of that just fine. At this point, I'm pretty fed, so I do a lot of damage. And it's pretty obvious that I'm carrying this team. So I'm going to pick up a Giant's Belt. This will give me a lot of health. I think it's like 430. So yeah, that's a big chunk of health for the price. Giant's Belt, really good item. And we are able to pick up a turret. So we definitely, I think, came back in this game. Yes, it is a 4v5. But trust me, I've lost a lot of 4v5s. You can look at our Leona compared to their Leona. Their Leona's 2-4-14. Our Leona's 0-6-12. So you could definitely tell who has the better Leona. And there's a good game. I think we did win partially because of a lever. But at that point, I was so fed I could 2v1 Twitch in Italy, which is, I mean, that's definitely scary. They would have had to stick together so much, and if we played that to our advantage and split push, we definitely could have won that game. So I hope you enjoy. This is my first game playing AD Eve in a really long time. Comment if you like it, and yeah.